things that is a problem is pixelization and smoothing and things like that when you're working with other images in your own photographs. So here is one I have of Darth Vader, and this is classic pixelization. That you see how horribly jagged all of the edges are, and I've already made it a smart object. So because it is so small, the image size is 3 inches. That's not going to do well pretty much whatever I do. So the first thing that you probably want to do is look for a big image to begin with. And here's another toy that I look for that seems to be bigger. So I went to Google first and I typed in Darth Vader toy. And then I'm going to click under Tools. And over here on the side, it says large, any size large, medium icon. We're going to go with large. And then when I click on them, they may not be large. I mean, these are toys. So the only way that I could really look to see if there is a bigger image there is by opening them up and looking at the size. And this is probably the one that I found in the first place, and it's not very. Target, I found one that you can zoom in with a magnifying glass, and that means automatically I know it's going to be a bigger toy. So I right clicked and I got it to go to its own link, so it looks like this, and then I was able to save that image. All right, so that would be your first step, is to get a bit better image. All right, so now I'm going to open the one that I just saved. Hopefully I can find it. It's on my desktop. If I can't find it, I'll have to start over for it. I'm not seeing it. Desktop. I'm going to get a different one because there he is. Save image as. And I'll put it in my start out folder. DAR2 and all files. If that won't work, then I'll take a screenshot of it, and that might be what I have to do with him. Okay, so it's not saving it as the right kind of file, so that's exactly what I've got to do. Screenshot on a Mac is Command-Shift-3, and there he is. And we'll go to Photoshop and open him. All right, so I'm going to draw my marquee box around him. And crop him. All right, and really quickly, I'll take the it's not locked white out. Get rid of everything that I don't want. All right, he still has pixelization issues. So you can see at 200%, here he is at 100%. And the image size is 6 by 6, so it's better. But I'm going to make him a smart object, convert to smart object, and make him. Okay. And that did a pretty good job of increasing that size. And then I'll rasterize it so I can work on it. Right click, rasterize. All right, so my edge over here is pretty bumpy. It's not quite as pixelized as the other would have been, but you can see when I'm zoomed in, there are still pixel problems. So the first thing that I'm going to go is go to Filter, Noise, and Reduce Noise. And you want to click Remove JPEG Artifact, and that's going to take any of the pixels away that occurred on the website from making it a JPEG. All right, so you can see he is, even so, is still a little bit blurred. So I'm going to go to Sharpen, Shake Reduction. And I might do that a couple times if I'm not getting rid of the blur that I want to get rid of. So I'll click OK. All right, so now I can start to see at least the shadow of what is actually Darth Vader and what is shadow. So you can see here's the very, very black, that's a cast shadow that they put on the toy. So I can come in and erase that, and I might clean up my edge just with my eraser. If it's not doing what I really want it to do. That can't select it with that. Try this and cut. All right, so I can see it, a little bit of shadow there. All right, since he's black, I can come in, put purple behind him. That's the color that I used before, or red, or some other bright color, so I can see those edges and any eraser marks. So I want it to be really bright and different. So I'm on red, and there's my layer, and it's unlocked, so I'm going to make a new layer and pull it down below it and pour out red. And that way I really see what those edges look like, and you can see how jagged they are, and where I just erased it, it's really bad too. So I'm going to get a brush. Whoops, I'm on the layer that I just put in there. I want to get on Darth Vader's layer and just start smoothing out those edges and erasing anything that is not supposed to be there. Okay. Did you sign the roll before you left? Did you sign the roll?
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure you got the roll sheet. Perfect. Okay.
Next time I didn't sign a voice.
Usually I look, and if I know you've been here, you're good. Good.
Okay.
You're welcome. All right, so you can see the eraser is cleaning that artifact up some and cleaning up any problems. But I may also have to use the blur tool that I clean the edge, but there's still kind of a line there. So I may have to do more than one thing to remove any excess artifact. And if all else, I may have to paint. I could also use the stamp tool if it's heavily patterned to put that in there. Let's look at him at 100%. That is 100%. View 100%. So if I'm doing a big picture, it's not going to come out all of that great. So at this point, when I get it all painted, and if I can't get the lines done, I could also come into a filter in the filter gallery and try I'm on the wrong layer. Filter gallery. Usually I'll try something like cut out, which absolutely removes all the artifact but all the details. All right, so that showed the cutout of everything. And if I have them all cleaned out, then I will just fade it until those edges are clean and it still looks like Darth Vader. Okay. And I may have to do several things at the same time. All right, so those are all the things that you can do to decrease your JPEG problems if you have a file that's not clean. Good luck.